Hello, my darlings! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maria. This channel is about spirituality. Welcome, welcome. Please subscribe below so you can see more videos like this. Today, I'm doing a part 2 of a spiritual quiz that I did a few months back. I've gotten so many good comments and I figured I will do another round of this. We will link the first quiz video down below, so if you guys have missed it, you can catch up. All right, so for this video, just for context, these types of quizzes come to me from my higher self. Usually how I receive them is I first go through the quiz myself and then I record it. I record all the answers, what they mean. And so for videos like this, I always have a prop and because all of my notes are on my phone, so I am going to be reading off of my phone today, so hence the little aid for this video. Alrighty, my darlings, well, before you take the quiz, it's actually really simple. I think the most important part here for you is to make sure you don't think too deeply into what object or what thing from the list you're selecting. Just allow yourself to be guided in the moment. Just allow yourself to flow and pick the first thing that comes to mind. And that is always the right answer. All right, are you guys ready? Okay. What is holding you back the most? The answers are a golden chain, a white chain, or a black chain. All right, so make your selections, a golden chain, a white chain, or a black chain. If you have selected a golden chain, you are seeking approval from your parents or even yourself. That is the number one thing that holds you back in life. There is a little bit of that tendency of not feeling like you're enough, or there is a little bit of that problem of low self-esteem with you. You feel like you need to live into somebody else's expectations of you, right? And this is a deep set soul pattern for you. So that is if you selected the golden chain. If you have selected the white chain, what holds you back the most is an inherent need to appear to be good, to perceive yourself as good and right. And what's important for you is that other people perceive you as good and right? So you need to make sure you're the good guy. That is if you selected the white chain. Why can that hold you back? Because if we're living in the world of authenticity, or if we're striving to live in a world of authenticity, and if we're seeking authentic self-expression, the last thing that should hold us back is our appearances, right? It's all about our truth coming out. It's all about how we express ourselves. That is important, and not about the masks that we choose to wear and the templates that we choose to live into. Hence, that is what could be holding you back. If you have selected the black chain, what holds you back the most is fear, or different kinds of fears. Fears of failing, fears of never finding your path, fears of being disconnected, fears of not being in control, fears of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. So essentially an entire slew of fears. By the way, if that is you, work on the root chakra. I have made multiple episodes, including a guided meditation on our Sacred Universe podcast about the root chakra. If this sounds familiar, this is what, those are the episodes and those are the meditations that you should be working on. Okay, you ready for the next question? What is your greatest fear, since we're on the topic of fear? Select an apple, an orange, or a banana. Going deep today, you guys. This is not like, this is not a surface level quiz. We're going smack into the middle, into the core crux of the issue. Okay, so if you have selected an apple, the greatest fear that you have, and again, at soul level, right? Some of the things that we may be talking through here today are subconscious, right? So your greatest fear is that feeling, that fear that deep inside at your core, you're not a good person. There's something inherent, like there's some inherent darkness about you, or there's like some inherent distortion almost, and you cannot shake it off and you cannot quite fake it, right? So it's almost like, oh, I don't know how to deal with this part of myself, right? Shadow work, if you feel this way. If you picked an apple, shadow work is your friend. If you have selected an orange, your biggest fear is the fear of people and their impact on you. Often this means feeling like the black sheep in the family, the odd one out, not fitting anywhere, right? So it's like the proverbial fear of the outcast, right? Like that fear of loneliness and aloneness. A banana. Fear of being weak and unable to control your life and its circumstances. Fear of the world overpowering you. You ended up a victim. You not having choices or being unable to act on the choices that you'd like to make. Feeling trapped. All right. Moving on to the next one because we have quite a number of questions to get through today. What aspects of yourself do you value or appreciate the most? And again, we're talking potentially things that are subconscious, so things at soul level that are true for you. Please select a horse, a piglet, or a dog. Pick the first one that comes to mind. Don't judge yourself for your answers. Again, what aspects of yourself do you value or appreciate the most? If you have selected the horse, you appreciate your noble spirit, honesty, your resilience, your high standards, being able to keep your word and having a habit of keeping your word, your stamina, being willing to fight for what's right and holding fast to your ideals. So you have a very high moral compass. If you have selected a piglet, what you appreciate about yourself is your adaptability and your survival instinct, your ability to find the way out of any challenging situation, your ingenuity, your wit, and your communication ability, right? Your ability to talk yourself out of any situation. That is the piglet. A dog. What you appreciate about yourself is that you have a big heart. You are loyal. You appreciate your ability to build and maintain strong relationships, your ability to be a good friend and confidant, your social circle, your innate goodness and kindness. All right, moving on to the next one. What do you like the most about incarnating? Pick a tree, a river, or a mountain. Tree, river, or mountain. Okay. What do you like most about incarnating? If you have selected a tree, you like being able to create a safe haven for yourself, whether through family, a loving home, or a close-knit community. You like building a cozy corner for yourself where life can be pleasurable and blissful and you're willing to work for it. So that is what you like most about incarnating. If you selected a river, you like having a different and unique journey every single time you incarnate. Being able to experience yourself in different bodies, through different facets, different lenses, in different life circumstances, different dimensions, different planets, you name it. Each journey, no matter how rough, has inherent value to you, right? So as long as the journey is significantly different, you're in for the ride. Okay, if you have selected the mountain, you like the ability to set goals and achieve them. You appreciate a good challenge and like to create puzzles for yourself that you can solve over time. The harder the challenge, the more fun you have incarnating. You never pick an easy road or an easy way out, opting for complex and intense over smooth and easy. So this is my fair overachievers. These are the people that at soul level, they look at the potential for complexity for every incarnation and they're like, I'm going to go 10 out of 10, or I'm going to go 100 out of 100. And that is, wow, these are some intense experiences, right? So very often, while these types of souls go through evolution and their evolutionary path very quickly, they accumulate a lot of baggage. So for you guys, also shadow work. And you're going to thank me later. All right. Next one, ready? How do you deal with emotions? Tower, bridge, or deep lake? Pick a tower, a bridge, or a deep lake. If you have selected a tower, you like riding the emotional highs, but not so much the emotional lows. Managing your emotional state is important to you. You like feeling in control. You often chase the positive emotions while avoiding negativity at all costs. Bridge. You may feel uncomfortable talking about or displaying your feelings. Feeling deeply seems dangerous to you, and you try to avoid experiences that may elicit a strong emotional response. You may sometimes be perplexed by feelings of others. Lastly, deep lake. You like to experience the full depth of emotion, both positive and negative. You prioritize incarnations that offer the depth of feeling. You feel things deeply, can be an empath, and like analyzing your emotions. Okay, I feel like now we're getting to the fun part. I know it's been kind of like a long video already, but I feel like now we're getting to the fun questions. By the way, please let me know in the comments what you're getting as answers as you go through this, because I am super curious. And I just really want to make sure that this is fun for you guys and this is enjoyable, because this is very different. We're not really learning anything that is outside of learning about yourself, right? But we're not really learning any universal wisdoms here. So I'm really curious how this resonates and how this lands for you. Okay, what is your priority at soul level? The answers are, or the possible options are, ocean, disco ball, or pencil. Just pick whatever first comes to mind, you guys. Can't go wrong here. Ocean, disco ball, or a pencil. Okay, ready? What is your priority at soul level? If you have selected an ocean, your priority at soul level is learning, observing, and experiencing as many things as possible. This is the ever-curious student of worlds, system, and people. These souls are most likely to undertake a hard or crazy mission because for them, this is fun. They think it's a learning, and learning is fun. So the crazier the mission, the most outrageous the plan, they're here for it. They like speed, depth, and thrive on change. Often, people have selected the ocean, their souls, they're going to be very feeling souls, so they prioritize the heart space. Disco ball. Your priority at soul level is understanding the limitations, roadblocks, and challenges. Those that are your own, those of other people, and entire systems. So you have a little bit of an architect's mind. You prioritize intellect, and you prioritize systems that are well organized. So you thrive on law and order. That is very, very important for you. The main question that your soul is asking itself, or yourself, is how far can I go? How far can I bend the rules? Understanding systems, like I said, rules and loopholes is extremely important. Structure of things, how things in a system interrelate, understanding correspondences, understanding ecosystems, that is very, very important to you. And you like intellectual type challenges. Lastly, if you have selected a pencil, you love creation and self-expression, and that is your priority at soul level. Your soul is on a path of self-discovery via acts of creation and creativity, and also introspection. You're less focused on the external and prefer to dive within yourself. You're often introverted, right? So instead of, and this is what's beautiful about this path, instead of saying, hey, I'm going to go without, so to say, or into the outside realm and learn everything there's to learn about everybody else and everything else, I'm going to go within. I'm going to study the microcosm of me. What is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to bring? What is it that I want to create? And that is a very existential question for you at soul level. Okay. Your heart's desire. And again, we're talking some deep stuff. We're talking subconscious heart desire. For some of you, it may be conscious, but again, it's at soul level. Pick a red rose, a pink rose, or a white rose. If you have selected the red rose, your deepest heart's desire is a romantic partnership. A romantic partnership is important to you. Being in love and sharing a special connection with a partner matters a great deal. You are most likely, out of all people, out of all souls, to fight for love, to do some crazy things for love. Kind of think Romeo and Juliet. Not necessarily die for love, but you're ready to put everything on the line for somebody you love romantically. Again, it's the love that's borderline sacrifice. So it's kind of beautiful. If you have selected the pink rose, you value harmony in relationships. Your deepest heart's desire are, harmonious, balanced communities. And overall, you don't just think about your personal level. You think about the level of, the entire ecosystem, the entire planet that you incarnate on. You feel various distortions of society deeply in your core. This is not something that you could just switch off. You come into an incarnation, you come into a planet, and you see every single thing that's wrong with it. But not from a place of judgment or a place of me versus them, But it comes from a place of love and of healing. And because you have this vibration, you may actually have a mission to help harmonize or heal or improve the world around you. So that's the pink rose. The white rose. Your heart's desire is authenticity and truth. These things are really important to you. You may have challenges around staying true to your path and finding your authentic self. Or on the contrary, you may serve as a beacon of self-expression for others, where you are really radiating who you are into the world. You came to live a path that is 100% your own and break free from any and all expectations other than your own. Next question. The type of a mother connection that you need. And again, I know when we're thinking about in our human bodies, when we think about mother connection, we think about a very particular female that gave birth to us. But here, I almost want you to go a little bit, one level above, right? Like at soul level, what kind of mother or mothering does your soul crave? This is the answer. Select a golden moon, a silver moon, or a pink moon. If you have selected a golden moon, you crave protection and a feeling of safety from your mother. Someone who is a safe haven will comfort you, understand you no matter what. Someone who is strong, resilient, and an example for you to follow. If you have selected a silver moon, you crave a gentle, nurturing, giving, and selfless mother. A mother that will love you unconditionally. Subconsciously, you would like to be the center of your mother's world. Be a priority for her. Mother means home for you, even more so than other people. You'll have a hard time imagining your mother having a very successful career, or somehow even if, your archetype of a mother in your head is a female that has a successful career, you still are somehow not 100% okay with it, or you feel like her career may be taking away from your relationship somehow, or maybe you make it mean that you're not as important to your mother. Pink moon. You crave a heart-to-heart connection with your mom. When the deepest secrets are shared, when she's your confidant, she's your best friend, somebody you both admire, adore, and can tell your every single secret to. Someone who's soft, loving, generous, and very, very attentive. So somebody who is going to give you the grace of spending time with you and really invest in you. Okay. I have 2 more questions, you guys. This is, this is a long one. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how long this was. The father connection that you crave, okay? Red sun, white sun, or blue sun. If you have selected the red sun, the father connection that you crave and the father that you crave is somebody who is warrior-like, strong, dependable, true. Someone who is a protector and a defender, who will shield you from the world and share their strength with you. Confident, decisive, powerful, and strong. White sun. Your ideal father figure is an example to follow, somebody you want to be like, someone who has qualities that you admire and would like to possess, someone both loving and authoritative, someone with high moral principles and values you support, someone with a strong charisma, a warm heart, and an unshakable will. And the blue sun. Someone intelligent is what you crave in a father. Somebody intelligent, even wise, thoughtful, experienced. Someone who can be a teacher to you, a mentor. Somebody who could show you the ropes and help you along the way. Someone who is an advisor and has strong opinions, but also allows you to make your own choices. Someone who loves you unconditionally. Last but not least, your relationship to self. Pick a green snake, a red tomato, or a golden cage. Don't think about it. Green snake, red tomato, golden cage. Pick. I knew this one was tough. Like when my guides gave me these objects, I'm like, okay, let's go with this, huh? If you picked a green snake, you depend on what others think of you for your self-esteem. It is almost like you need the world to tell you what you're worth or what you are before you can make up your own mind. This proves for turbulent ground, or this provides for turbulent ground. Sometimes you are happy with yourself. Other times you become, your own executioner, depending on what the world reflects back to you, right? So you're not necessarily stable as far as self-concept. It's like the quicksands, right? It's hard for you to find ground, find solid ground and be sovereign. Listen to your own heart instead of believing others so much, and you will finally find inner peace. That's the green snake. Red tomato, your relationship to self. You see your strength clearly, and for all intents and purposes, you love yourself. However, you notice a few things that you perceive to be fatal flaws, and you stop at nothing while trying to get rid of them or mask them. Your life is about becoming better and facing your shortcomings head on. To others, it may seem that you balance between extreme polarities. One day you're really confident, the next day you're like, not so much. Despite loving yourself, you often underestimate yourself and you seem to dwell on the flaws instead of your strength. Last but not least, golden cage. You feel like you need to earn self-love, and it never is just given. You strive to achieve, to perform, and to set high goals for yourself. You have a loud inner critic and may be tough on yourself. You have a bit of a perfectionist inside and can feel trapped by your own expectations, by life circumstances, certain relationships, and the world in general, right? So for you, liberate yourself. The golden cage is a little bit of a victim mentality. I actually have a guided meditation on our Sacred Universe podcast around getting rid of that victim mentality. We all have it to some degree, right? If you lived enough lives, at one point or other, you most likely experience being the victim, right? So I think that that's a very powerful practice and meditation that we can all do to uncage ourselves. Please let me know in the comments again what you have gotten, what your favorite question was, if so, and what you did and didn't resonate with. Again, these are channeled from spirit. I claim 0% ownership of these quizzes, and also let me know if these are fun for you and if you want me to do a part 3. Alrighty, my loves, I'm sending you such a big virtual hug, and I'll see you in the next one.